that is played, kill him with a chopper, you can't beat him, then you drop him, put the steel in your mouth, all the drugs, pay you for that. And then the radio station gets a conscience. If Lil Wayne doesn't apologize for Emmett Till, he'll never be on this station again. Are you sick? Are you crazy? You made him worth $100 million talking about this stuff. And then have the guts to show that you care. Fake like you don't really care. It was going to cost you money. It was going to cost you money. Because as long as black artists stay in their box of talking about killing each other, we ain't got no problem. You hop out of the box and now we have a standard. America's screwed up and is blind. Knee-jerk reactions are counterproductive and hypocritical. Firing the puppet. That's so silly. So I got my little puppet. And the lady says, get that puppet away from me, and slaps her husband. That puppet's nasty. And the puppeteer cuts the puppet, throws it away. I'm sorry, ma'am. Well, I'll teach her. It's gross. They were an extension of you. An extension of this corrupt nation. Companies are run by people, and amazingly, they can make statements about their standard when they get reached out to. Last story. Hello, pot. This is kettle. The occidental face of systemic racism. So I said, do you mean accidental? No, I meant occidental. We've had an uh-oh. What is our uh-oh? You ain't even know. You don't even know it. The song has come out. That's the name of the song, U-O-E-N-O. Here it is. This is the lyric. Put Molly or MDMA, pure form of MDMA, in her champagne. That girl didn't even know I did it. So you know what I did? I took her back to my house and I enjoyed that girl, but she didn't even know I did it. This is by Rick Ross. Somebody say, why would you mention it? Because it's part of the story. Sure, Mr. Ross is a fine man. I mean that. These guys are the smartest, most creative business people you've ever imagined. Just tell them where the money is. We've told them, the money is in this, son. And that's what they do. Okay, great. You want me to dance out in that crowd and do this? Dun, dun, dun. Is that what I need to do for you, sir? Is that what I need to do for you? Yeah, because they'll throw money in my jar if I do this with you. That's how it works. People took to Facebook, man, you're not going to be talking about date rape, Ross. We're not going to do that. Matter of fact, a company called Ultraviolet, they had a petition. They went online and said, by holding Rick Ross up as something that we aspire to, Reebok, his sponsor, is sending a message that raping a woman is cool. That's a dangerous message to send to young boys. Reebok, you better drop Rick Ross. They even put a petition out, and they had people sign it. And they said, look, get on this. Tell them that they can't have a song about date rape. People will take that the wrong way. People might use that to think it's okay. And they got almost 100,000 responses. Do you think this is how Reebok responded to their petition? This is here it is. Do you think that's how they responded? Why, we do not condone rape or any violence against women. We do support our rights and the rights of our partners to freedom of speech and expression. Reebok has many partners around the world with differing racial, social, political, religious, and artistic backgrounds. It's impossible for us as a global brand to police every word across the vast spectrum of our global sponsors. We have spoken to Mr. Ross, and he's assured us that these lyrics are harmless words and that he does not mean them literally. In our modern world of hasty judgments, we have decided that he deserves objective perspective in this matter. We offer our heartfelt sympathies and thanks to the many women, and many women wrote in about their date rape stories to tell us their stories. We apologize for any ill feelings this unfortunate situation may cause. Do you think that's how Reebok responded? No times 10,000. They didn't say that at all. You know what they really said? Here's what they said. Here's what Reebok said. Reebok holds our partners to a high standard. And we expect those people to live up to the, here it is, values of our brand. We've heard that a lot. Unfortunately, Rick Ross has failed to do so. While we don't believe he condones sexual assault, we are very disappointed he has yet to display an understanding of the seriousness of this issue or the appropriate level of remorse. And we at Reebok, at this time, feel it's in everyone's best interest for Reebok to end his partnership with Mr. Ross. And I thought, wow, isn't that convenient? Isn't that great? Reebok holds their partners to a high standard, and they have all these values and everything. Isn't that great? Well, Ultraviolet thought so. They said, we should send a letter. Thank you, Reebok. 100,000 of you responded, and they dropped Rick Ross. So, hey, if we're going to complain to Reebok, let's send them a thank you. And people did. And Ultraviolet released a statement. We are thrilled to hear that Reebok is joining the fight against rape culture and dropping Rick Ross. The group said Thursday, this sends a strong message that if you rap about drugging and raping an unconscious woman, it's not only morally wrong, but has real consequences. Thank you, Reebok, for taking a stand. Wait a minute now. Why did Reebok say it ended its relationship with Rick Ross? It was something about high standards, values of their brand, very disappointed, seriousness of the issue, inappropriate level of remorse. Let's just see here. This is the full verse. We see the put a Molly in her champagne there. That's the verse that got him cut. Let's look at the entire verse, and I'll underline some other parts. That end sold you that Reebok. You didn't even know it. I die over these Reeboks. You didn't even know it. Put that Molly in her champagne. She didn't know it. Took her home. I enjoyed that. She didn't know it. Got 100 acres I live on. You don't even know it. I got 100 rounds in my AR-15. You don't know it. Got a bag of bees I play with on cloud 9 of my spaceship. Zoned out, but he stayed fresh from zone 1 through zone 6. I got bricks all in my blood, birds all in my dreams. That's cocaine sales. Boats in my yard, lemon pepper my wings. I'm about to get you FNs whacked. You don't even know it. Your main end's about to turn his back. You don't even know it. Now the truth of the matter is, had he sung this whole song but left out that Molly part, he'd still have a contract with Reebok today. Let's look at some other songs. This was all while he was being paid by Reebok. Here it is. Reebok's high standards and values. God forgives, I don't. In other words, retaliation is a must. I bow my head to pray to God. Survival of the fittest. Help me hold my AK-47, Lord. If I die today on the highway to heaven, can I let my top down on my 911, my 911, my 911? I'm a financial fanatic. I got 40 bricks of cocaine in my attic. 400,000 is in my baggage. I got 80 rounds in this automatic. You can't stop the bullet. This one's for the money. Secret indictments. Porsche cost me $200. What about this song? We heard it. I got a bad bee in my Chevy. I'm selling Miley Cyrus, the white stuff, in my brand new Monte Carlo. I got that white stuff. Please believe it. Down on the bottom, he says, I'm riding clean and I'm effing hoes. You know, that's Reebok's high standard and brand that it holds its people to. I hate the way an end loved the ball. You hate the way an end loved the ball? Art of war, common law, I'm a straight killer. That's mama's fault. I'm a dope boy down to my DNA. I got 8 clips. You don't want any beef with me. I'll crack your top. I'm screaming, rest in peace to the cocaine queen. I got that cocaine. Please believe it. I ate something, but I don't want you to tell nobody. I watched mama struggle. Now she's living carefree. That's why I hustle out here for a half a kilo. I get 12 G's for it. I got shooters out the D-League. He's not talking about basketball. I give them a signing bonus. They hit a man from 30 feet and left in a puddle. You don't get left in a puddle on the basketball court. Here it is. My gun is dirty. It means you can't trace it. It's got all the serial numbers off of it. You can't find it. But my brick, my cocaine is pure. This is 2012, while I was being paid by Reebok. I'm riding dirty, but thank God my body parts are clean. Amen. She talked dirty, but her mouth clean. B, I'm MC Hammer. I'm about money. I got 30 cars, whole lot of dancers. I take them everywhere. MC Hammer. I started selling dope. I'm chewing shit too quick. When it's hammer time, I'm quick to pull out the stick. I caught the Porsche. I was so ecstatic. 100 grand a day. My operation was so elaborate. Credit card scam, man, that was for mother F window shopping. Boy, I gotta have it. My bad B's Latin. They call me loco till out in Acapulco. Her mouth is slow at the bottom. Her eyes are closed. You gotta judge a man by his principles. Isn't that the truth? Tell all them P's to chill. Champagne refrigerator. I just bought a machine gun because my last one got confiscated. Just hit a lick. I'm telling you, this is amazing. I got a white bee. She asked me like she's Jamaican. I'm sipping codeine as drugs, and that MF is concentrated, strong stuff. This for all my M's in prison, overpopulated. This is all while he was being paid by Reebok. Here's the piece de resistance. Smoking weed, bust open dom and liquor later. I'm going to bust her open, tell I'll lick her later. Pull out that stick and I'll spray that beat just like his activator. Time to lay down these ends who's still masquerading. We know y'all are peas, so you got ends masturbating. Round of applause because my machine gun is so captivating. So sophisticated because the hits I'm making on people are calculated. I put your D in the dirt, now you're decapitated. 50 million, 100 millions accumulating. I'm the hottest and these other ends are cooling. Ain't it? I got a B that I'm effing that you see on BT. My little Haiti shooters will have your ASS on TMZ. Breaking news, and guess what? I still get them 10,000 for a kilo of cocaine. High standards. Reebok. Have we missed something concerning Reebok? High standards, values of their brand. Very disappointed in Mr. Ross. He doesn't understand the seriousness of the issue or show an inappropriate level of remorse. No, what's really going on? Maybe they were ignorant. Maybe Reebok did not know this is the kind of stuff he sung about. Maybe that's what happened. If they didn't, shame on them for not doing a better job of checking out who you hired. Or maybe they did know. But maybe they just said, you know what? Date rape is against our conscience. Here's the problem. If you come out, Reebok, and say, we're against date rape, the problem is you didn't speak out against all the other stuff, and that's the problem. When you get a conscience on the 3rd floor but lack it on the 5th floor, you need to be held accountable. What's the truth? What's probably happened? Money. Somebody sat down and said, okay, if we keep him, how much will it cost? If we let him go, how much can we save? And they made a financial decision. Please don't tell me, Reebok, that you got this all spiritual, all awesome, we care about people, because when it was dealing cocaine, if I knocked on your door and say, you realize your artist is talking about dealing cocaine and drugs and choppers and gunning people, and my D is clean, but my brick is clean, and my dirt, and my gun, you realize when I do that, say, oh, come on now, it's just a song. Why wasn't it just a song when it was about date rape? Because it was never just a song. It was how you could make money or what would cost you money. And when it cost you money, you had to make a move. And that's not a corporate conscience. That's what's wrong with America. Here's the truth of the matter. Reebok got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. You know what? They took a gamble. They thought, we really need to get young black guys to buy our shoes. Let's take a black guy and pay him to see if we can get young black guys to identify with him. And somebody said, but Mr. Reebok, are you sure he talked about this? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Why? This is America. And in America, nobody's going to say anything about about that. Well, that's normal for us. That's just music, as long as he doesn't hop over the wall. Well, that's speculation. Somebody said, Pastor, you're just guessing. You don't know. That's true, until I found out, which I did not know, that the same placement product agent that represents Mr. Ross represents me. I didn't even know we had the same agent. Jimmy Vampire is my agent. He has worked with me on all my product placements for a long time. Some of you may have seen him before. He handles all of my Coke ads and my Pepsi ads and everything like that. He handles all my sneaker and all my apparel ads. And I found out, I didn't even know, Jimmy is also Rick Ross's agent. And Jimmy told me he'd let me hear a conversation. This is how the conversation went. I'll just play it for you, and here we go. I hope you can hear it. Jimmy said, Ricky, man, how are you? Ricky Ross said, he says, I'm not doing good, Jimmy. Not right now, to be honest. Reebok is talking about letting me go. Yeah, I heard about that. Not cool at all. Rick Ross says, well, that's the issue, Jimmy V. As my agent, I don't want you to hear about it. I need you to be about it. What are you going to do? Not much I can do, Rose. You want magic? I'm your man. You want miracles? You may need to find another agent, but it'll cost you. I don't want magic or miracles. I just want an understanding. How can they drop me? They know it's just a song. Just a song. That's not how people are taking it. They're out here protesting rape culture. You upset a lot of ladies. Rape culture, Ross says. I don't believe in rape, and I don't think he does. How are they going to say that? I cherish females. Hey, I'm with you. I know you love the ladies, but Ricky, can't you see? Somehow your words have upset these bees. That's not even funny, Jimmy. I know, Ricky. I'm just trying to cheer you up, baby. Look, I don't want to be cheered up. I want you to do your job and represent me. Talk to Reebok and get this thing worked out. Look, Ricky, I'm going to shoot it to you straight, all right? You broke the rules. You screwed up. I screwed up. How? Reebok never spoke out about my songs this whole time. I've been doing what I do, and it's been working. I'm an entertainer. Tell them to let me entertain. Have you lost your mind, Jimmy says? Have you forgotten where you are? Look, Rick, this is America, okay? Black guys singing about killing black guys is entertainment. Black guys singing about dealing drugs is entertainment. Black guys singing about guns and hoes is entertainment. Black guys singing about date rape is not entertainment, okay? That's crazy, Jimmy. Music is music. Apparently not. Black guys killing, thugging, trafficking, and the like is a go. Date rape looks like a no-go. Who knew? Oh, and so is hurting animals, apparently. Did you hear about that Heineken thing? Crazy. I'd hate to be representing them right now. I don't want to talk about Heineken, Jimmy, right now. You're right. Forget I brought it up. Look, let's look ahead. Let's forget this whole Reebok thing, Let me work my magic. You stay in the studio and do what you do, but stick to the script this time, huh? Drugs, guns, trafficking. That's what brought us to the dance, remember? You're right, Jimmy, you're right. I just need to stay focused and encouraged. Now you're talking, no matter what. You're still the boss, right? Look, you give me a few days to shake something new loose for us. In the meantime, enjoy all that money, all right? All right, Jimmy, will do. What's going on? Corporate associate disorder. I really believe Reebok cares about date rape, but I really believe they cannot even hear how depraved and how wrong the content is. Why? Because it's normal to hear black folks sing and talk and glory in this stuff. Reebok and others, Ross, they're not bad people. Rick Ross is not a bad person. Reebok, they're not bad people. They're just blind. What's our lessons? American corporations, consumers can be clouded in their judgment. Date rape apparently is against the Reebok brand, but the jury is still out on the other items. I sure would like to hear from Reebok on what they felt about everything before the petition. Knee-jerk reactions are often wrong-headed and hypocritical. Don't fire the puppet. That's ridiculous. You're going to punish Rick Ross? You paid him to sing the most outlandish and violent stuff and then grew a conscience when somebody was upset by it? That's ridiculous. Companies are run by people. It's amazing. You can't get them on the phone until they realize it's going to cost them money. And then all of a sudden statements come out. What needs to happen? Reebok needs to be held accountable. Reebok needs to be held accountable. I'm sorry that Reebok is the only company without a chair when the music stopped, but guess what? You have to be held accountable. Remember why you fired Rick Ross? Because he didn't understand the seriousness of the issue. He didn't understand the appropriate level of remorse. Well, I'm issuing you an appeal. First of all, I want you to acknowledge and apologize, to say, you know what? We prostituted the toxic image of this man to make money. We prostituted his gangster image hoping we could reach that part of the market, the young black male market. You need to apologize for that. Then you need to immediately create and implement new sponsor policy that is more consistent with your brand. I don't believe you care about, I don't believe you are for rape. I don't believe you're for a date rape. I don't believe you are for that. You're decent people, I'm sure. You're just like you, just like me. But you have to pay a price. You have to own that you hired somebody contrary to your brand and that you were getting away with it until he broke the rules. And I also think you should pay some sort of fine for your past corporate irresponsibility. I don't think the burden should fall on Mr. Ross. I honestly think that Reebok should pay a $500,000 fine in the name of Mr. Ross to a charity that helps women, and I think it should pay a $500,000 fine in the name of Mr. Ross to a charity that helps at-risk youth. And then I think it's disgusting that you fired Rick Ross. I think it's disgusting that you reward him for cocaine, drugs, hoes, guns, and then all of a sudden drop him, cut the puppet when you get looked at bad. The puppet never did anything but what you approved and clapped and applauded for him to do. And it's not fair for you to cost him money and to come out smelling like an angel. Look at we, and everybody's so great. I don't know about you. I was with Elder Raines when I heard that they had dropped Rick Ross, and I thought, somebody said, man, that's awesome. There's somebody's pastor. They're paying attention to you. No, they're not. They're not hearing me at all. Because to drop Rick Ross over date rape is to give him a thumbs up for everything he said the whole time that you paid him. And that's the problem. The problem is America can't hear. They can't hear what's going on. And until we get eyes and ears to hear, we're blind. We're blind. Here's my conclusion. We hear from the dog lovers. We hear from the lady lovers. I want to know where are the justice and equality lovers. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. How is kill them, shoot them, deal them, drug them a song, and this put a Molly in a champagne offensive? I don't understand that. I'll tell you why. Because in America, let me tell you, I told you a couple months ago, the equivalent of 30,000 black people are murdered a year in this city. 30,000 a year, and nobody bats an eye. But you better not say anything about a dog. You better not say anything about a date rape. You better doggone well not even joke about a homosexual. You better not say something about a person's religion. Well, I didn't say that. I just talked about killing people and dealing in drugs. Oh, you're cool. What is wrong with America when we have accepted? And notice this. It's not just the content, but show me, Clear Channel, 19 white artists that you played that can rival the 19 blocked by the black artist. Show me on any station in Jacksonville 13 songs by white artists that rival what you put out by black artists. You can't do it. You know why? There's no market. Well, what about Eminem? Everybody always brings up Eminem. Always brings up Eminem. What about Eminem? That's so disgusting. That's the Rocky Marciano of this discussion. You know, the Rocky Marciano. Every time we start talking about, corporate corruption, somebody got to bring up Rocky Marciano. I mean, it's just disgusting. The fact that even somebody says, what about Eminem? And then goes, should tell you right there. It's normal. Rick Ross's image is normal. Lil Wayne's image is normal. And as long as they stick to killing, drugging, everything else, nobody has a problem with it. I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it. And I think we should say something about it. I'll tell you who else is upset. Animal rights lovers, if you want to protect a dog, I know you. You don't want songs about killing dogs, and you don't want songs about cocaine dealing. Women's rights, I know you don't want songs about date rape, and I guarantee you don't want to hear about killing these kids either. Jews, Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, Unitarian, atheists, I know you're with me. I know you don't want to hear this stuff. Just because it doesn't affect our group doesn't mean it. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender questioning, I know. I know you don't want anybody bashing homosexuals, and I know you don't want these artists sitting there talking about it. I'm just asking the sensitive ears we have when you talk about animals and about women and about religion and about sexuality, can we get those same sensitive ears over here when we're talking about gunning down people in our streets? The truth is that all citizens of goodwill know things need to change in the area of systemic racism. And we found out that if a company feels like it's pressured, you can get the president to release a letter and talk about its brand and talk about its values. We'll see. Dogs, I know I can get them out of their seats. Women, I know I can get them out of their seats. Religion, I know I can get them out of their seats. Call somebody napa-headed hose, you know you're going to lose your program. But let's see if anybody has a conscience or a heart for all these people talking about killing each other. Why is one offensive and one normal? If you can answer that, you can answer what's wrong with this country, the new face of systemic racism. Amen.